I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making banana bread, so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I realized that in almost over 1,000 videos, not almost, over 1,000 videos I've never shared my banana bread recipe with you, and that's going to change today. I make mine a little bit different and it's loaded with all kinds of yummy goodness, so I thought you might enjoy seeing how I do it. And this is what we're going to do. Started right away on our banana bread, and what I have in my bowl is 1 stick of softened butter at room temperature and 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. We're going to go ahead and get those started creaming. I'm just using my regular paddle blade on this today, and once this is creamed up really well, we're going to go ahead and start adding other ingredients to it. Okay, when you see that looks like this, that's a good amalgamation of the butter and the brown sugar. What we're going to do now is we're going to add in 2 eggs. There goes 1 egg. And 2 eggs. Hey, leave the shell out. Put those back on there and beat them in. Okay, now we're going to add 1/4 cup of honey. I sprayed this measuring cup with a little bit of vegetable oil spray before I poured the honey in there so that it releases easily and you'll get all of your goodness right out of that. You see, it's going to slide all the way out. And then you don't really waste any. Oh, I need that measuring cup for something later. And then I'm also, well, I need it right now. We're going to add 1/4 cup of apricot jam. The honey and the apricot jam, and this is my homemade apricot jam. That's perfect. The honey and the apricot jam add a perfect amount of moistness, as if banana bread needed any help being moist. However, I'm going to mix this in here really well. Okay, now we're going to add our leavenings and our seasonings. I had measuring cups out here. Excuse me, honey, I'm just going to stick this right over here. Okay. A teaspoon each. This is baking soda. And don't worry about writing the recipe down. You can always get it at NoreensKitchen.com. I'll have it posted over there where you'll be able to go and print it out for yourself. Teaspoon of baking powder. Use half a teaspoon of salt because I'm using salted butter. If you use unsalted butter, you use a teaspoon of salt instead. I'm also using, this is ground nutmeg, and I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon. And I'm going to use a whole teaspoon of ground cinnamon. If it will come out, good enough. We're going to give these a blend. Okay, and you might be wondering why I didn't add the leavening in. with the flour, I find that it distributes much better throughout the entire baked good if you do it this way. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of my rubber spatulas. We're gonna put 1.5 cups of bananas. These look a little oxidized because they were mashed and then frozen. I freeze these in 1 cup increments and in little sandwich bags. I'm gonna blend this in there as well. Okay. 2.25 cups of all-purpose flour go in next. Give that a whirl. Just want to mix it until it is combined. You don't want to overmix. Next, I'm going to add 1.5 cups each of golden raisins and walnuts and give those a stir. You just want to stir those in because I put in walnut halves, and sometimes, you know, those are kind of big. That way the mixer will actually kind of help you break those up. And the last thing, which I forgot, was some vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and put some vanilla in there. About a tablespoon. Give that a good stir. And don't worry too much. If you forget the vanilla, you forget the vanilla. But, you know, if you remember at the last minute, go ahead and throw it in there. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, now I'm gonna go prepare my pan and I'll be right back. We're all ready. We're gonna go ahead and put this. There's no easy way to do this without getting in your way, so I'm just gonna try and do this. Okay. And this pan looks very full, but it is just gonna rise up in the middle and it's gonna be great. Quick bread doesn't rise that much anyway, so it's not going to cook over. It'll be fabulous. Just kind of spread it out. And always, you can leave out the nuts and the raisins. It's not a big deal. I'm going to grab a paper towel just because I like to make sure that I wipe the edges here. Otherwise, they get kind of crispy and funky, and I don't like that. And I did spray this with the vegetable oil cooking spray.
It even smells a little like banana bread.
How about that? Okay, my oven preheated to 300 and... Huh?
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, probably. I have my oven preheated to 325 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and pop this in there now. And we're going to bake that for 1 hour and 10 minutes, or when you check it, a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. When it's time to bring it out, we'll bring you back and we'll show you what it looks like. Let's pull this out of here. And this was in, you can see a couple of the raisins on the top of it burned, but it's all good because I accidentally had it up too high. But you won't. Make sure you bake yours at 325 for about 1 hour and 10 minutes, or give or take. At 1 hour, check it. This is perfectly done. I've already tested it. I'm going to put it on a cooling rack and let it sit there for about 15 minutes before I take it out and let it cool all the way. And yesterday, I baked a banana bread that didn't have any nuts or raisins in it, and that is what it looks like, and we've been enjoying it. That loaf is actually almost all gone, even though I made it to put in the girls' lunches this week. It ain't gonna make it, folks. That's why I had to bake another one. So that is my banana bread. I will get another picture in a little while when we slice the new one that came out of the oven so you can see it. And when I do that, I'll be back. We're back, and this has cooled all the way. And this I accidentally turned this on 350 instead of 325. So it is a little brown, but look at how beautiful that is. Oh, man. I'll put this down and compare it to the other one. Oh, look at that. It's still a little bit warm. And you can see the little pieces of apricot in there from the jam and the nuts and the golden raisins. I like golden raisins in here simply because it's something different. You know, we're always used to seeing dark raisins and everything, and sometimes it's nice to change it up a bit. So there you have it, a really beautiful version of banana bread with a little something extra added to it. The fruit jam and the honey really add to the moistness here. Not that banana bread needs any help being moist, but it does give you a little other flavor profile from what you're used to. So I hope you give this a try, and I hope you love it. I thank you so much for stopping by my kitchen today. I always love it when you pay me a visit. And until next time, I'll see ya.